Okay, so as some of you guys may know, there was some footage that was leaked on the internet with Nate Diaz getting jumped apparently by some Russian guys, and apparently John Jones gets involved as well. There's gonna be some narration from Jake Shields going on in this clip. We're gonna go ahead and react to all of this, but before we do, all I ask is for you guys to go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Without further ado, let's go ahead and react to this.
So here's where they're walking the fighters out. At this point, nothing too crazy had happened. They walked out 5 or 6 fighters. Things were looking. The fighters had fought each other, but nothing with us. So I was feeling a little chill. That's why I wasn't right
All
up
right,
there.
is John Jones right here, big as
I
fuck.
was talking to John Jones' manager. As you can see, this fighter's talking to John Jones right now. Now he shakes the boss's hand. The guy he seemed to be running everything. You can see here, he's talking to Jones for a while. It turned out, I think, John Jones has been out partying or hanging out with him the night before, riding bikes together. So they were already friendly. Obviously, I wasn't aware, but the main guy had brought this guy out in the season before. This guy had choked out Aljamain Sterling like an idiot. I didn't watch any of the show, so I didn't realize the fighters were trying to fight. I didn't know the fighters were fighting the fighters. I figured, it's Russia, it's possible. That's why I came out watching Nate, but I was a little too relaxed. So you're about to see he's going to come over to Nate and start talking crap. Yeah, now he's talking to the boss. Now right here he comes to Nate and he starts saying like, "Oh, I'm a gangster." See, kind of flashing at Nate a little bit. You see Nate flashing back, and they're running his mouth. But I wasn't paying attention like I should have been. My fault. But luckily, our guy Jose right there, he's watching. You can see him seeing the situation,
What
and
the
Nate just went and
fuck?
slapped him. So as you see, Jose comes up. Now the guy just
Let me rewind that. That was a little bit too quick.
right here he comes to Nate and he starts saying like, "Oh, I'm a gangster." See, kind of flashing at Nate a little bit. You see
And start posturing up against each
Nate
other.
flashing back, and they're running his mouth. But I wasn't paying attention like I should have been. My fault. But luckily, our guy Jose right there, he's watching. You can see him seeing the situation, and Nate just went and slapped him. So
Damn.
as you see, Jose comes up. Now the guy just started trying to spaz out, acting crazy as people circle him. Like I didn't know this guy was known for fighting, but bam, our guy just popped him in the head right there. Boom! See, smacked back. Now he hypes up, trying to pretend like he's going to hit everyone. Like I said, had I been smart and watched the show, I'd realize this guy's constantly being in fights. There's videos of him constantly coming up and choking people from
What?
behind. You walk back, you see no one's escorting him out. There's probably about 100 Chechens and Dagestanis there. You can't see them all in the room because this mansion is insane. This is just one room and one of 3 stores. Plus, there's guys all outside. So clearly, they could walk this guy out, but they're not really making any effort. Here's the crew. Here's Nate. Now he's realizing, oh shit, these guys are going to be trying to fight me.
How?
So at that point, I started being a lot more on guard. Watch.
One thing that I don't get is how did the producers let it go from 0 to 100 this freaking quick? That's insane.
So here's the guy walking back in the house for like the 3rd or 4th time after like 30 Chechens drag him out. They're pretending they can't security him. So here's like our media guy and health manager. He just choked him and threw him on the ground. So clearly he's mad. He got dropped by a media guy. So here he's coming at him. Again, this guy's not a fighter at all. He's throwing at him. He goes to lat drop him, but he tripped. So
Oh my.
like I said, this is like the 3rd or 4th fight at this point. We're supposed to be doing a reality show, not fighting random people. So here's where I'm getting jumped. I'm getting jumped on the top side. All the fighters are down below on the chairs. So they tried telling me that the fighter jumped me, but to me it was very clear that it was the staff and the workers. So that was one of those moments where I was like, okay, I better defuse the situation because what you see there is just a small percentage of the guys that were there. He said there was over 100 Chechen and Dagestani guys. So I was like, maybe instead of trying to fight these guys out in an excluded island or a beach, it's better to try to just calm it down a little.
Okay, so basically, from everything that I've seen from this knockoff version of the Ultimate Fighter that's supposed to be taking place like on the other side of the world, I think that they intentionally make stuff like this go down for the sake of creating buzz and obviously, getting that clip. They do that clip farming a lot. I think that they do stuff like this. Like this guy here, he actually did choke out Aljamain Sterling. And when I say that, he didn't mean like getting into a fight and beating Aljamain Sterling legitly. I think this dude actually snuck up behind Aljamain Sterling and choked him out, and the camera was just there and they filmed everything. And I think they do that on purpose just so they could get those clicks and those views online. And it's something that I've been noticing a lot from this particular show, you know? And I just think that they just let things get out of hand completely, in my honest opinion. And obviously, I mean, this is just case in point. They kicked this dude out of the house, right? And there's a big ass camera, right? Look at how many cameras are surrounding this guy. Like, they kick his ass out of the house, they let him back in, and he's just creating more drama. And look at all the cameras that surround it. I mean, how can you guys not tell me that this isn't for the views, right? Like, he isn't attacking the cameraman, you know, he's attacking everybody else. He's just trying to create as much chaos as possible for the clicks, you know, and that's just something that's pretty evident. But let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. I just think that these Russian guys just try to pick on Nate Diaz because Nate Diaz isn't really liked by a lot of Russian fans because of all the drama he had with Khabib and Islam. Um, but yeah, I just think that that's the case, you know, and it is what it is. You know, they're just out there picking on my boy Nate Diaz. But let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. As always, it's a pleasure. Subscribe to the channel. Peace out and have a good one.